All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, excited for this one.
This time, we're looking at something that I think a lot of people are interested in these days, and that is working from home.
Oh, absolutely.
And more specifically, we watched a video about starting a bookkeeping career from home, and I got to say it's more achievable than you might think.
I think so too.
Like, even if you have zero experience.
Yeah.
So this video really breaks down how to do it.
Yeah,
And I think there's a lot of good stuff here.
absolutely.
So, we'll get into the details in a bit, but I just want to say right off the bat that, like, one of the things that they highlight right away in this video is the earning potential. And they're saying you can make like $2,000 to $6,000 a month, and that's like, whoa, that gets your attention.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for these days, right? That
Yeah.
kind of work-life balance and the ability to make a good income from home. And the video actually explains why that's a realistic goal. I mean, there's a huge demand for bookkeepers right now.
Really?
Yeah, because every business, from the tiniest little Etsy shop to the giant corporations, everybody needs help managing their finances.
That's true.
And on top of that, a lot of experienced bookkeepers are retiring, so it's like a perfect storm where there's this gap in the market
Interesting.
for new people to come in.
So there are people who are like, I've been doing this for 30 years, I'm out of here. And now there's like
Exactly.
all of these businesses that are saying, wait, we need someone.
Exactly. Who's going to do this?
Okay, so the demand's there. But let's get down to like, the nuts and bolts here.
Yeah,
What does a bookkeeper do all day?
right.
Is it just like sitting there with a calculator crunching numbers?
Well, there's definitely some number crunching involved, but it's more than that.
Oh.
It's really about organizing financial transactions, creating financial reports, and then using software to manage all of that.
Using software, huh?
Yeah.
So maybe you don't need to be like a math whiz.
Not necessarily, no. In fact, being tech savvy is probably more important these days.
Oh, interesting.
Because bookkeepers use software like, there's Zero QuickBooks, all these different programs to track income expenses, create invoices, generate reports.
So it's not like you're sitting there with like a big ledger book and like,
Exactly. Yeah, no more green visors.
yeah, manually writing down.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty cool because, I mean, I'm not a math whiz, but I can use software. So
Exactly.
that's good.
There you go.
The other thing that I thought was interesting in this video is that they mentioned some skills that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of, like communication and empathy.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why are those so important for bookkeeping?
Well, because bookkeeping isn't just about the numbers, it's about working with people. You're working with clients, a lot of times small business owners who maybe don't understand the ins and outs of finance, and you need to be able to explain things to them clearly, patiently. And sometimes, they're going through tough times financially, and you need to have that empathy.
So you're like a therapist and a bookkeeper.
Kind of, yeah. A financial therapist in a way,
Interesting.
helping them understand their finances and make good decisions.
So, okay, let's say someone is listening to this and they're like, okay, this sounds great.
Yeah.
How do I actually get started?
Yeah.
What are the steps?
Well, the video lays out a really nice 5-step plan.
5 steps, all right.
Yeah, so first you got to assess your skills, what do you already bring to the table.
Okay.
Then you create a learning plan, figure out what you need to learn to fill in those gaps.
Okay.
Set realistic goals because, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Exactly. You're not going to become a bookkeeper overnight.
Very true.
Then develop a client strategy. How are you going to find clients? And then start reaching out.
Start reaching out. Okay.
And the best part is that they mention in the video there's actually free training available for beginners.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So you can like dip your toes in the water without having to like shell out a ton of money.
exactly. There are so many resources out there. Like you can find free online courses. There are paid programs that offer more in-depth training and certification. And even community colleges have courses on bookkeeping.
Oh, wow.
So there's really something for everyone.
So it's not like one of those things where like, oh, you have to go back to school for 4 years to get a degree in accounting.
No, not at all.
Like you can kind of,
Yeah, you can learn as you go.
okay.
And there are so many different paths to take.
So let's say you do all that. You're like, I'm a bookkeeper. Now I'm working from home.
Yeah.
What's the lifestyle like?
Well, the video really highlights that, you can work remotely, set your own hours.
Work in your pajamas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You could even travel while you work. I mean, I have a client who runs her bookkeeping business from her sailboat.
What?
Yeah, she's sailing around the world
Get out of here.
and doing bookkeeping at the same time.
That's amazing.
So it's definitely possible to have that kind of freedom and flexibility.
But I guess you have to be pretty disciplined too, right?
Oh, absolutely. It takes a lot of discipline and self-motivation to be successful as a freelancer. You're your own boss. You got to manage your time, stay organized, and really be on top of things.
No one's going to be like, hey, get to work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be your own taskmaster.
All right. So to sum it all up, it seems like bookkeeping really is a viable career path
It is.
for anyone who wants to work from home, even with no experience.
Absolutely. And the best part is there's a genuine need for these skills right now.
So it's not like you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I learned all this stuff and now I can't find a job.
Exactly. No, you'll be in high demand.
Okay, so let's say someone is listening to this and they're intrigued.
Yeah,
Like, what would you say their first step should be?
that's a great question. I would say take a moment to think about the skills you already have that could translate well to bookkeeping.
Oh, okay.
Are you great with organization? Are you detail-oriented? Are you already comfortable with financial software?
This is not like you're starting from zero.
Exactly.
Like everyone has some skills.
Yeah.
But
Identify those strengths, and that'll help you create a targeted learning plan and set yourself up for success.
I like it. So it's like, what can I bring to the table and then go from there?
Exactly.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think that's a great place to leave it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thanks for diving in with me.
Absolutely.
And we will see you all next time for another deep dive.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.